Yo guys, it's Stovey here. Welcome back to another NBA Infinite video. And today I thought I would make a new updated tier list for you guys because I've been playing more, trying out a bunch of cards. I've tried out like low rated cards, high rated cards, everything I can get my hands on. And I've made a few changes to the tier list, actually some big changes. So if you guys like this type of video, leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the point guards and shooting guards just like last time. I think I moved most of the cards like up in general, so I've definitely seen a lot of lower rated cards perform better, and I've tried out a lot more lower rated cards. But let's start it off. Curry as a broken tier. I still haven't seen too many Currys, but I know he's going to be like the best card in the game based off of his stats. Stats alone, he looks really solid, really good. Harden, best shooter in the game right now. Step back, even with the step back nerf, is super hard to guard. And Paul George, by far, like the best guard. I think he's still the most broken card in the game because of his defense, his like stealing, his exclusive. Paul George is still insane. He needs another nerf, like by far. He's the best card. Drew Holiday, I still think he's sleeper OP, like broken. People are telling me he's not broken. He has insane shooting, defense. He has a step back now. He can create on offense. He's just everything I would want in a guard. So I still have him in the broken tier. Kyrie Irving for the first S tier. He is one of the best ball handlers in the game. His shooting is pretty decent, but his mid-range is like crazy. So I think if you max out a Kyrie, he's just going to be like upper echelon S tier card. Damian Lillard. Now, I know a lot of people still think Damian Lillard is trash, but he's definitely not. He's one of the best like offensive cards in the game still. And the last 30 seconds of the game, he just like tears up your team. So S tier, his defense is lacking. Usually they get lit up on defense, but for an offensive creator, he's still disgusting. Trae Young, he's still like kind of like Lillard, great on offense, not the best defender, but like he's one of the best creators on offense in the game. He can create shots for himself, so I would definitely put him still in that S tier. And Booker, this might be a little bit controversial. I think Booker is pretty good. He might not be the strongest, but he's fast, he's a good dribbler, and he has a great mid-range shot, which I think people are undervaluing how good like a good mid-range is. It's really solid. You don't need to have like an insane three-pointer if you have a great mid-range. All right, now into the A tier. I have John Morant, Shai, and Green. John Morant just a very solid offensive player, good dunk, decent mid-range. Like overall, just a solid card. Same with Shai. People think Shai's bad. I think his 1v1 is great. I've always seen like Shai's perform well 1v1 and hit that mid-range shot. And I just tried out Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green might even be like an S tier for the price. He is insane. He has like around an 803, not the best mid-range, but he makes way more shots than he should because of his exclusive. If you make one shot and you keep continuing to make shots, everything just goes up. His dunk rate, his shooting rate. He's just very solid offensively, and he plays great defense, and he's tall. So I think Jalen Green, like someone told me I was sleeping on him. I definitely was. You guys can go watch my video on him. I think he's like by far one of the best like cheap cards in the game. If you're just starting out, I would buy him like automatically as a guard if you want to play guard. So yeah, that's why he's in S tier. And these are also kind of in order. I don't think they're like exact order, but you can like take that as you want. So I downgraded Fox from an S to an A because of the step back nerf. I still think he's like very solid because of how quick he is and like how good of a creator he is on offense, like for himself shots. But that step back nerf did kind of nerf him. You can still like get the ankle breaker into like a wide open shot most times, so I would still put him in A tier. Jaylen Brown, I have not seen many Jaylen Browns, but based off his stats, I also played him a little bit. I had Jaylen Browns early off in the game, but I sold them for like no reason. I had like a few upgrades on him too, so I thought he was very, very good. And he has a great three-point shot, one of the best dunks in the game, plays good defense, and that's what I want in a card. So I definitely think he might even be an S tier. When I get my hands on like a fully upgraded Jaylen Brown, I'll let you guys know. Mitchell, I think I had Mitchell lower. Mitchell's still an A tier for me. He has like a decent shot. He doesn't have a very good three-pointer or mid-range, but he's a very good dunker and his defense is okay. So I think he's solid. He's just not the best shooter. I would say Jalen Green's definitely like a better option than him. Jalen Green might be a better version of Mitchell, so I would just pick up Green instead. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is a very good shooter. I've seen some upgraded Klay Thompsons recently, and they kind of took over the game with their three-point shooting. So he might be a little bit slow, but he's very good on defense, very strong, and he has a good three-point shot. LaMelo Ball. I think he is still one of the best like early point guards in the game. He might even be an S tier, like based on his price, how cheap he is. I think LaMelo Ball is very solid. I would actually move him up in the A tier, probably like above Jalen Green, like around that area. He's just very good. And then Dinwiddie, which I'm going to be making a video on soon. I played a few games on him. I think he's like super solid, has decent defense, very good 3-point shot, like an 850 3-point shot on a blue card. That is insane. Some of his other stats are lacking, like his like dunking, his layup, that stuff, but that doesn't really matter. He's a good creator, like 1v1, has a very good 3-point shot and good defense, so he's just a solid guard for me. Now, I know a lot of the comments are going to see Luka in the B tier and tell me like I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never seen a good Luka, and also most of the Lukas are not playing on the fully upgraded card. Nobody is playing on a 97 Luka right now. Nobody is. I've never seen one. And even if you are, Luka only has a 850 3-point shot on a 97 rated card. That's not good. He's slow. His dribbling and passing are good, but he's like kind of the same as Sabonis and Jokic. They have good like creating, passing, and dribbling. Maybe if like interceptions come into the game, he'll be like a lot better card because people can intercept the ball. But right now, currently, Luka is just not a good card. He's like, there's just so many better point guards you can use instead of him. Kind of the same for the rest of these picks. Halliburton, I've noticed, is also a good creator, has a decent 3-point shot, but it's a little bit slow. So you can pop off on these cards, but there's better options in the game currently. Jordan Poole, I've seen, like I said before, I think I had Poole in the A tier maybe, but I think Jalen Green's just a better version of Poole. Poole, I tried out and played. He's okay, but he misses a lot of open shots, and if you don't start hitting them and just like, you know, going on a streak with him, he's like a very streaky player. I think he's decent. He might be an A tier still, like I could still move him up to an A tier, but he's just not the best point guard. Same with Russell. These creator cards, like these cards that are good passers and good for creating on offense, are just not like the best right now. They're really not. You just want to be able to score. So Russell's not the best scorer. I tried him. I really didn't like him. He doesn't have a dunk. He can't drive well. He's a very good passer. Like I said before, he has a decent 3-point shot, but buffing your teammates and passing right now is just not it. So Russell's in the B tier. And Jamal Murray. Why does Jamal Murray have like 400 base movement speed? Like his speed is so bad. At max rated card, he's only like 600. That's like there's centers that are faster. Like are you telling me Cat is faster than Murray? So I have Murray, like he's very good. Like he has a good shot. He has good shot, good dunking, good everything on offense, but he's slow. Like you want a point guard to be like Holiday, who has 800 speed. That's why he's in the broken tier. Holiday's in the broken tier because it's 800 speed. He's super fast, one of the most fast cards in the game now. And yeah, let's go down to the C tier, D, E, and horrible tier. So in the C tier, we have Van Vliet, Smart, and Conley. I think these cards are actually all very solid. Van Vliet is solid at a max rank. I've seen him in a Hall of Fame do well. Like people are trolling with him. He's still decent though. I've seen Van Vliet's put up like 10, 15 points Hall of Fame matches. Very good. My first fully upgraded card was Marcus Smart. I have 200 games on him. I think he's solid. He's a good defender, strong, but he can't really create on offense. He has an okay like open 3-point shot, but he's decent. He's not bad. He's not good. He's decent. Mike Conley has also a good 3-point shot upgraded. I would say he's like a very decent card if you're just starting out to buy. So you can give him a shot if you want to. Kind of the same with Lowry, and Hardaway Jr. is actually kind of like a sleeper OP card for his price and how low rated he has. He has an insane mid-range, like 800 plus mid-range. So if you want a card that can like take opponents and hit a nice mid-range shot, then I would go with Hardaway Jr. for like the price. Rubio, another creator in the game. He's just, these passers are not very good right now, so he's in the E tier. I wouldn't really buy these cards. Simmons has like an okay 3-pointer. I really wouldn't buy him either. Rose is the same. He's okay on offense. Do not buy Eric Gordon, please. I made a video on him. He's the worst card in the game by far. I think I should put him like behind Oladipo here. Forgot to, but yeah, Oladipo and Gordon, do not buy them. And that is it for our shooting guards and point guards tier list. We're gonna go over to the power forwards and small forwards now. All right, so here we are in the power forward and small forward section. I definitely made some changes to this because of like certain buffs and stuff, and also I tried out almost everyone on this this tier except for like Porzingis, Green, DeRozan, a couple of those like super rare cards you can't get. And yeah, starting off, Tatum is the best power forward, small forward, one of the best cards in the game in general right now. He's the best creator on offense, like for himself. I'm not saying passing, like making shots for yourself. He is the best for that. He's just the best card in the game. He has really good defense. Overall, he's just solid. He is the best card in the game. If you had the money, I'd buy Tatum right now. I sold my Tatums by accident. I was a Tatum main, and they buffed him right after I sold him. So unfortunate for me, I lost out on a couple million, but he's by far the best card in the game, most fun card you can play right now. Second, we have Anthony Davis. I think everyone's seen how good he is. He's locked down on defense. He gets boards. Just like overall the best defender on the game. You can like play him as like a pseudo center too. He's just a very good big man in the game. And Kawhi Leonard. I still think Kawhi Leonard's broken. I haven't seen much of him recently, but the ones I've seen are insane on defense. So he can also make shots for himself too. He has good mid-range. I'm pretty sure, like not the best, but like decent enough where you can shoot it, and like if you green it, it'll go in. But yeah, these cards that can create on offense a little bit and are also locked down on defense are like the best cards in the game. And you'll see that these cards that can do both, Bam, Tatum, who else on like defense, Drew. These cards that can play good defense and good offense are the best, that they will always be the best. And next for the S tier, we're down to Durant. I haven't seen many Durants, but I know based off of his stats, he's going to be very good. He has also a very good exclusive. So yeah, just keep an eye out for when they drop the Durant card. You'll see he's very good. LeBron, I think I moved down from the broken tier to the S tier, and that's because I played against some LeBrons and I don't really think he's that good. He's also super expensive. He's the most expensive card in the game right now, or one of them, and it just doesn't justify like buying him. I don't think he's worth the price. I really don't right now. So I would rather buy a Tatum or a Davis instead of a LeBron, definitely right now, or a Jackson or any of these other S tier cards. I still think he's good when he's upgraded, but he's just not worth the price for me. All right, now we're on to Jackson Jr. I've seen some upgraded Jackson Jr.'s, and he's like a baby Anthony Davis. He's like cheaper, definitely. Like he goes for around 400k, but he's very rare because of how good of a defender he is. He's legit Anthony Davis, but like on sale. 400k instead of 4 million. I would definitely pick up Jackson Jr. if you see him on the market. Very good card. Now, I'm kind of tempted to put Giannis down into the A tier, but an upgraded Giannis, like even though he can't shoot, he's a better version of Zion. He's also decent on defense and decent on the rebound. So I think he's a decent card. I don't think he's good, Giannis, but fully upgraded, he's probably a monster. I've seen like a few that are almost fully upgraded, so he's still definitely an S tier. Now, marketed, I still have an S tier. People keep telling me he's not good. He's inconsistent, but still, when you fully upgrade this card, he can dunk on almost anyone in the game. He's a like acceleration like spam bot. You spam his acceleration, get by someone, and you just dunk on people. Also, you need to play him correctly. You need to set screens and then only shoot and drive after you get the ball off of the screen. That's all he's good for. You set a screen, you pop out, then you can make the shot. If you just get past the ball without screening, you're probably not going to make that shot. And I think that he's balanced in that way that when you master him and play him well, then he's a very good card. So he's like definitely like an A plus to an S tier. I don't think he's like an S plus tier like these other cards in the S tier. He's just like barely making it into the S tier based on how you play him. And now into the A tier section, we have Siakam. Everyone knows how solid Siakam is on both ways of the court. Very good defender, very good on offense. He can just do everything. The only thing that's holding him back a little bit as a power forward is his height, but you can also play him as like almost a guard. He can play well against guards, so I'm almost tempted to put Siakam into the S tier because of how good he is both ways, but he's just like an A plus. He's like the highest in the A tier for me. We have Draymond Green, very solid on defense. He buffs your whole team. I've seen Draymond Greens like that are not upgraded that are very good. So when you see him come into the game and you see like some upgraded ones soon, you're going to see how like dominant he is of a defender. And now we're kind of getting into the territory of cards I haven't seen. Porzingis, I've tried out actually. I've had Porzingis and both Jaylen Brown because I'm a Celtics fan. I sold him. I don't know why. I was trying out other cards. I shouldn't have sold them. But even the non-upgraded Porzingis, he's very slow, but he's a post monster. I think you would play him as a center. He's very good on offense, decent like defense and blocking too. So I think Porzingis is definitely going to be an A tier when you fully upgrade him. I would try him out if you guys can get your hands on him. And DeRozan, I haven't seen many DeRozans, but when you look at his stats and when he gets dropped as a card for like the drafts or whatever, you will see he is a dominant offensive force. He's very good like slasher. He can drive, has good mid-range, very good dunk. You're going to see how good DeRozan is when people get their hands on him. Definitely an A tier. Look out for him when he comes out. Julius Randle. This card is like a meme at this point. There's 20,000 on the market of him, but he's solid. The only thing is, when you buy him, you're not selling him. That's the only problem. You buy this card, you will never get rid of him, but he's very good on, he's just a good card overall. He is like good rebounding. I think his mid-range is decent. He's just not a bad card. I would pick him up. He's just a solid power forward. There's nothing really more to say. He's solid. Jimmy Butler, one of the best defenders in the game. He has pretty poor offensive stats, but he can dunk. So I would pick him up when they add the interception. He's going to be almost an S tier. When they add interceptions into the game where you can pick off passes, Jimmy Butler will be an S tier. So for now, fully upgraded Jimmy Butler is probably like an A tier. He's not like amazing, but when they add that to the game, he will be one of the best cards in the game. Now, Ingram. I've seen a few Ingrams. He's also another like mid-range merchant, I guess you can call him. He's very good at mid-range and creating on offense, and you'll see another card like this when they drop him and people start leveling him up. He's going to be one of the best like creators on offense for himself, like creating shots, mid-range shots. So I definitely have him still in the A tier. Now for the B tier, this is where we switched a lot of things up. I have John Collins as my number 1 in the B tier. I tried him out. Probably saw my video on him. He is insane. He's very, very good. His stats for a blue card, a 72 rated, are just like way too high. He has like 4 or 5 stats: rebounding, mid-range, dunking, just strength. All these stats are all above 770. That is insane for a blue card. So I would pick him up. He's super cheap. One of the best, like most fun dunkers I've used in the game so far. Yeah, just an overall super solid card. On to Gordon. He is just like John Collins. One of the most, I think, the most fun card in the game for me. Insane stats, very cheap, amazing dunker, good shooting, good rebounding. I don't know, man. Gordon might be an A tier for me based on his price. Like I could actually move him up to the A tier. He is very, very solid power forward. I would pick him up if you have the money for him and you want to have fun in the game. Now on to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic got kind of hard nerfed because of the step back nerf. He's good. He's a good card. I would definitely put him in the B tier. He's like around like John Collins and Gordon territory where he's super fun. He's cheap. You can rank up with him very well. Overall, good stats. I don't think he has the best rebounding or defending. He's also slower, but on offense, he definitely has that like exclusive where if you're open, your 3-point shooting goes up. So I think he's like decent. If you're open, people play bad defense, you're gonna pop off with him. On to Wiggins. He has insane stats. I tried out this card. I'm gonna be making a video on him soon. So initially, I don't think he's like he feels the best. He doesn't feel better than like Aaron Gordon or Collins right now, but his stats are good. So I'm gonna give him like more of a shot. He could possibly be an A tier. He just has really good stats, but I don't know. Just playing this card, it doesn't feel as good as like his stats are. We'll see. I'm gonna keep trying him out. Isaac, I moved down to a B tier because I think Isaac maybe not an A tier anymore. After playing like these other cards, I think he's like on the same level as everyone here. All these other cards, maybe Bogdanovic is like a little bit lower. Collins, Gordon, Wiggins, and Isaac are all on the same level. You just want to look at their stats and see like which one fits you the best and then pick them up. These are all very, very good, like solid cards. This whole B tier, very good. Now down into the C tier, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Zion Williamson. I would even put him in the horrible tier. Zion is terrible. He can't do anything. All he can do is dunk. This card is trash. Don't spend your money on it. I gave him a shot. I was gonna make a video on him. I tried him out. I can't do it. Like this card, all you do is spam like acceleration and you go for a dunk. And if you don't get the dunk, you're missing and you have to pass the ball or you turn it over. He's just not good. I don't know. This card is terrible for me. He can't really do anything. So I would even put him in the horrible tier. Don't pick this card up. I don't recommend it. He's not fun. So yeah, I would just not play the Zion Williamson card ever. Please do not pick it up. On to RJ Barrett. I think he's like almost like a Zion card, but he's a little bit better. RJ Barrett's definitely like a decent card. I haven't tried him out. I know his stats are good. Yeah, I think he's just overall solid. Same with Kelvin Johnson, he's okay, but these other B tier cards, like anyone below the B tier, you shouldn't buy. I would just say like don't buy these guys. Everyone in the B tier, I would buy them. They're all very solid. So yeah, same with Harris. Like he has a decent mid-range shot, but he's not good. So that's wrapping up our power forward and small forward tier list. Let's get on to these centers. All right, here we are in our center tier list, and as you can see, it didn't really change too much, but I have tried out a bunch of these centers now, and I have some different opinions on them. Embiid, I think I tried out Embiid. I played like 30 or 40 games on him. Embiid is insane. Like this card is so much fun to play. If you want to pick up an early center, you have a couple million coins to spend, like 10 million to 11 million coins, where you can get him to like R4, R5. I would pick him up. He's just insane. Can create on offense, good defender, good rebounding, good strength. He's just overall a monster. And we see Cat here again. Everyone knows Cat is like one of the most dominant centers in the game. He plays like a guard. The only thing he has up on Embiid is that 3-point shooting and that like how fast he is. So I put Cat up there too. And I'm kind of tempted to put Adebayo up at the broken tier also, but he's definitely the #1 in the S tier. Adebayo is like an S+ for me. And that's because I've seen Adebayos do really well, the ones that are like completely ranked up, and just after looking at his stats, you can see how good of a two-way player he is. He's kind of like the Tatum of the centers, but the only thing that's holding him back is his height, but that doesn't really matter because of how good his rebounding is, his strength is, and how fast he is. So Adebayo is definitely like an S+. He's almost getting into that broken tier for me. He's a top 3 center in the game for me. And Gobert is like barely edging out, like he's outside the top 3. Gobert is still an S tier, very good defender, very good rim protector. So if you're playing against like a Zion or a Giannis, you definitely want to have someone like an Embiid, Adebayo, a Gobert on your team that can lock them down and protect the rim. Towns isn't the best for that, but Towns is also like a power forward. I wouldn't even play Towns as really a center. We have Jokic in here as the S tier. I think Jokic could be a broken tier very soon. They just buffed his passive a little bit, his exclusive. So I think Jokic, when he gets buffed for being like, he's probably going to be an MVP this year, right? So if you have Jokic, I would keep him and just wait for the buffs. He's going to get a 3-point shooting buff, probably a bunch of buffs, because he's going to be an 83. So I would keep Jokic, definitely an S tier. He's not bad. I've seen Jokic's pop off like when they're maxed out. So I would keep him. He's up there in the S tier. Now onto this A tier, you can definitely see it's different from before. I have Lopez, Sabonis, and Capella. Now I tried out all these cards. I think Sabonis is probably the worst out of these 3, and that's because of the passing. He's a creator. He doesn't create shots for himself, but he creates for your team. I keep saying like creator, there's like 2 different types of creators. There's creators that like create shots for themselves, and then there's people that create shots for your team. And Sabonis will do that. He's a good rebounder and he's a good passer. That's it. He can't really do anything else. So if you're looking to like carry games, he's maybe okay in like, I would say like mid-range rank, but a high rank and lower rank, he can't really carry you up. So I would definitely not play him. He's okay. He's like a fun card, but yeah, I don't really see like why you would play him over any of the cards above him, or even Capella or Lopez. Lopez is a good 3-point shooter. He's maybe a little bit slower than Sabonis, and I don't know, Lopez has a better block. He's a better rim protector, so I'll definitely put him above Sabonis, and same with Capella. Capella's still a very good rebounder and just cheaper overall. So Sabonis is still okay. And when they add that like interception to the game, he's going to be probably an A+ tier. But for now, like I said about Luka and those other cards that are only good at passing, he's just not it. I would not buy him. I would keep like Lopez or Capella over him any day of the week. And scrolling down to our C tier, we have Drummond, the lone C tier. He's okay. I just would buy Lopez or Capella over him, or any of the other cards. Like Bam is super cheap. Like I would just buy Bam right now because of how cheap he is. Like based on price, I think Bam is your overall like best center based on the price right now. Same with Embiid. Embiid is just, I don't know. Embiid is so good. And then we have Harrell at the horrible tier, or Harrell. I would not buy him. And yeah, that's it for this tier list. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I only updated like a few cards, but I definitely switched things up around, and a lot of my opinions on cards changed. So I'll be doing like updates to the tier list like this every like few weeks to a month, because that's when like the meta changes. So see you guys in the next one. If you did like this video, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.